Okay. Now, here's what I'm talking about, this pole shift. Now, you can go watch all these videos, right? They're talking about the pole is shifting, okay? It's moving at a high rate of speed. The North Pole is shifting towards Siberia. And the last time that happened was a mass extinction event. And that might explain the chemtrails, all right? Y'all are blasting all these chemtrails in the skies and blocking out the radiation because the magnetosphere is weak right now. I get it, okay? I'm not anti-chemtrails, but I think NATO left something out, that there was nanotechnology in there that basically turns the entire fucking world into zombie slaves. I didn't know if you knew that or not, generals. That's exactly what's going on. They're using hidden carrier frequencies and nanotechnology found within everybody's brain to basically turn everybody's brain into a cell phone. And this flu shot that they've been pumping right before elections, yeah, you know about that, I think. I hope you do. If you don't, you need to start looking into that. It's cyborg technology that gives them the capability to rig elections, okay? That's the elite at work right there. And let me get into this, okay? Now, whenever I say that the media are considered elite, right, they were promised to be elite because whenever this happens, whenever the pole shift happens, they were probably promised to go underground or something like that because they're the media. It wasn't because anybody likes them. It's because they knew if anybody started talking, it would be the media. So they promised them a bunch of things. And I got to be honest with you, this breakaway civilization that the elite are trying to make here, all right, they're not going to want the media in their fucking breakaway civilization. They don't want to dirty up the gene pool, right? And, you know, the media is about the most ignorant motherfuckers on the planet. So why in the fuck would you tell the media that you'd make them elite? Because they're the ones that are capable of talking and they have a platform, right? And they're not going to get anything when this is over with. They'll probably be the first to die, to be honest with you, the way I'm figuring it. Now, okay, so let's go to the migrant caravan, and let's go back to this. Now, the media was promised to be elite, and I'm going to tell you what the elite are up to. All right, you see how here they got all of these Mexicans. They want them to come to America. We got to stop and ask yourself now, why would the elite want a bunch of Mexicans coming to America? It's the old swapperoo. It's the whoop-de-doo, right? What they're doing is trying to bring as many people up here as they can to open up Mexico and the southern hemisphere, right? The same thing that the EU's doing. I'm going to get into that. We Jews intend to turn Europe into a mixed race of Asians and Negroids ruled over by the Jews. They call it an Asian Negroid. And I think it's a psyop. I think they knew that this was coming and this was going to be their spin, right? I mean, even though it sounds evil, right? It makes them sound evil. I think they were smart enough to kind of put something together to make it look like this is what they were doing because it was just evil enough to get people to buy it. But I think what they're really doing is they're trying to get all of the Arabs to come out of the Middle East and invade Europe. And they've done a very good job of it, as you can see here. There's millions of Arabs coming into the EU every year, right? Millions and millions. Now stop and ask yourself, why would the EU, why would the elite in Europe want a whole bunch of Arabs to come into Europe? And why would the Democrats want a bunch of Mexicans coming in to America, right? They want to bring all of these people out of their home country down south where it's all chaotic and everything into our perfect little countries, right? This is how evil these people are. Can't say that I blame them. I'd probably do the same thing, okay? Now, this is the Kalergi plan, and what I'm talking about here, you'll see.
Europe has not yet learned how to be multicultural.
Yeah, and look, when I first seen this video,
the rest of the world anything it wants.
I was a little perplexed as to why are they doing this. I know they don't have good hearts. Okay, it's not because they have good hearts.
2017 will be in an absolute minority.
Europe is not going to be the monolithic societies that they once were in the last century. You have to really
look at all these immigrants coming into Europe.
We got to put ourselves in situations where we're in the minority.
Yeah.
It is a country. That it is a white country.
See, that didn't make any sense to me at first, but I'm going to get into this.
Unrelenting stream of immigration.
Unrelenting stream of... There you go. You see that? See how they're basically... They've done a psyop here that basically covers them because when this came out, they were going to say, oh, yeah, well, we were trying to make an Asian Negroid. We wanted to look out for the world's best interest. We wanted an Asian Negroid. That's fucking bullshit. These motherfuckers don't want an Asian Negroid. Let me break this down for you. Okay. Now let me go back over here to the impending pole shift. All right. Now, if you go back to our original equator, way back long time ago, that runs across Giza pyramids and Easter Island and all that stuff, it basically looks like this right here. Okay. You see this? This is Easter Island. I mean, this is the Giza pyramids. And it runs across Easter Island, and you got all these landmarks. Now, look up here. Look up here at America. You know, this is when the poles flip, okay? This is when we hit this next mini ice age, and it's going to get real cold up here. All right, it's going to get real cold up here. It's going to get real cold up here. Now, look down here at the Middle East. Oh, man. And look down here at South America and Mexico. Now, see this? This is going to be the new equator right here, right? Now, that land is looking a whole lot better than our land that we're currently in, right? Now, how would you get this land empty and this land full of people that you don't want down here when you get ready to flip this, right? Because the people that are down here when all of this happens, only a few of them are going to survive. And what they're doing is they're leading these people up here to the death zone, right? They're leading these people up here to the death zone. So they're taking it out of this country and leading them up to the death zone, right? Where these people are going to die. And then you got the elite that knows probably right around the time that they need to start heading south, right? And they've probably got their own shit set up. Now, they've already emptied out these countries at some point. They're trying to empty them out as much as possible, plus there's going to be a whole lot of them die. And I'm sure they've got some interlocks and protocols in place to make sure that the rest of them die, that whenever they get ready to come down here to the Middle East, and America's elite gets ready to come down here to South America, right? It has nothing to do with trying to make an Asian Negroid. What they're trying to do is free this land up so that when this pole shift happens, they can go down there and rule down here. Okay? Has nothing to do with the fucking Asian Negroid. That's their cover story. Okay? Okay, you comprehending what I'm saying? Now,